Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Enemy Lounge Short Flights. Today, we are going to be covering episode 8 of Hell's Paradise. As always, we are brought to you by The Anime Show. Make sure to check them out on Facebook and Instagram. We're getting towards the end of the season, so we're going to be getting all that good information about what's going to happen next season, and I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. I'm so looking forward to next season. But let's talk about this season before we get into next season, because that's all that matters right now. Lance, can you tell us what happened in episode 8 of Hell's Paradise?
Yep. So, kind of left field. We stop following Gabimaru and we go back to some other characters that we met prior. Geez. So we follow Tenza, this blonde guy who's wearing like a red bandana. He seemed kind of cool. He's accompanying a little criminal girl, Naru guy, and they get stopped by a new Tensen. He's got like sun colored hair. He's very interesting looking. Or he, she. These 10 center, they can flip between whatever they want to do. And we get a lot of backstory flashbacks between Blonde Tenza and his master Sheehan. So good character descriptions going on here. And at the same time, we get to see some awesome Tensen abilities and stuff like that. So all in all, good episode.
Yeah, I did enjoy the fact that they had the woman form Tenzin killing, well, not really killing Tenzin, but fighting Tenzin, because the last episode where we saw them fighting, it metamorphed into the man and then was fighting. So it's like it doesn't matter. It's almost like an intimidation type thing where it'll transform into whatever it feels it needs to.
Right. And maybe we'll get an answer for specifically why or anything like that, other than it just has the ability to.
Yeah, it. I really hope we find out more about these things because it's like we know a little bit. It talked about 10. I thought that was kind of cool, but that's like we really don't know how they came to be. Are they like God? Or do they consider themselves gods,
Right.
or do they just consider themselves immortal beings? And that's really all that's to it, and they just want to keep living.
Yeah, I mean these things are super interesting to say the least. Much unlike Demon Slayer, when these things have their heads chopped off, they can still come right back.
Yeah, they all their limbs chopped into bits, and they're still coming back. How do we kill these things? Does
Right.
it take poison? Does it take flames with Gabimaru using his jin,
Ninjutsu.
ninjutsu?
Hmm.
Yes. But then, they've got awesome abilities too, which
Yeah.
I caught. I don't know if you caught it, where the Tenzin was using that glow fist thing like that little girl did.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Saw that for sure.
So what's up with the little girl then? Is she a Tenzin? Is she like a hybrid thing? I want to
Yeah.
know more about her too, because what's going on?
Yeah. My first thoughts right now are she's like not necessarily like a prototype, but like she's taking the first steps into becoming one of these Tensons, and like she's just slowly becoming one. Like maybe she is old, isn't she? Like she does appear young. Or is she as old as that tree is from the last episode?
I think so, and they said 1,000 years, 2,000 years, something like. I think it was thousands of years, not. I guess I'm getting my timelines mixed up, but it was a
Yeah, I don't
very
remember. I
long
didn't write
time.
it.
You didn't
Yeah,
write it?
so I didn't write it. That's all
Okay.
right. But either way, I know the tree for sure was old. The
Yep.
girl running a small blank, that's okay.
Yep.
But the point is, she's sharing abilities that we're seeing with this Tenzin, which is just glowing super attacks, and they can do almost anything so far. Like one time, it was just a single flick, and dude went flying. Another time, four holes appear in Tenza's chest. So it's interesting.
And then you had I just thought of the Killua move where his hands get super sharp and is chopping the dude's neck.
Oh yeah,
Chop.
that too.
So obviously they can. Well, we know they can metamorph their bodies into anything they want. So is there a limit to these things? Like I know they're god type creatures, but I don't know. Is there any limit to them?
Yeah, these things are making me think of like Deadpool right now. Like they just keep regenerating to whatever, at a faster pace. But like, are we just gonna have to destroy every last molecule of this thing before one's considered dead?
Yeah, kind of like Boo from Dragon Ball Z, where it's even one
That
little
too.
bit.
Yeah, that's enough to just bring him back.
I do enjoy the fact that we're getting backstories from all these people,
Hmm.
even if they're gonna die at the end of the backstory.
Yeah, it seems a little off. Like, yeah, they're gonna make us feel for these characters, and then they just kill them off at the end of the episode anyway.
Yep, it's good. I think it's needed. It is really cool that the Asaman you can be an Asaman no matter what your background is.
Right. Like you don't have to be royalty or born into the thing. You can be a street rat just like Tenza was, and as long as you have good intentions or whatever, you have potential to be reached, and
Yep.
you can become someone.
Yeah, you can follow the way in, as he said, I don't want to be a samurai, but so follow the way of the samurai slash Asuman, and you can be an Asuman. I think that's kind of cool.
Hmm.
You do have to feel for Shien because you find out that he had to teach his, or he had to kill, slash, execute his last subordinate
Right.
before Tenza.
Yeah, I thought that was a good heartstring kind of pull. You know, it was cool. It makes you feel like you start to feel for Sheehan, and he's a good guy. He wants the best. It just turns out that he got a shitty thing that happened. You know, he let go of his student, and he's the one that has to kill him because he went bad.
Yep.
So he doesn't want that to happen to Tenza.
Unfortunately, Tenza. Do you think Tenza's dead?
Again, we didn't see it for sure, but dude's got holes in his chest. He's only human. He's Even though he's on the brink of death, he's still pushing 100% to punch the lights out of this Tenson. He's reaching his limit. He's about to go down. So I can't see him unless for some reason the Tenson like gives him some elixir to like bring him back because he sees potential in him or something like
Maybe.
some kind of anime logic that. But
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's just gonna die, and
yeah,
that's gonna be the end of Tenza. Unfortunately, as far as the next episode, do you think we're gonna keep watching Shien and Narugai like fleeing? Do you think the Tenson's gonna catch up to them right away, or what do you think's gonna happen with them?
I think much like how this episode kind of came out of nowhere, I think we'll take a break off of these guys and go back and see what Gabi Maru and our crew are doing. Like maybe we'll just flip flop from there. But I think maybe as we approach the end of the season, as Sheehan and Narugai are fleeing, they'll run into our crew and everyone will just come together or something.
Okay.
So next episode, I think we're going back to Gabi Maru. What about you?
Okay, I think we're gonna keep with them. I think the last two episodes are gonna be all like we're gonna watch everybody else die, and we're gonna get Gabi Maru and crew just kind of keep searching to the center of this island to find the 10 for the elixir of life, and then the next season is gonna be them trying to get back.
Sure. I can see that. We're approaching the end of the season, and there so much more needs to happen, can happen. So I don't think this is going to be concluded in 12 episodes.
Yeah, no, I don't think in the next four episodes we're gonna get a good conclusion.
Right. But we'll see.
Yeah, and really can't wait for the next episode next week again. As always, can't get here fast enough.
Right.
But that's all we got for episode 8 of Hell's Paradise. Again, make sure to check out the anime show and see all that awesome anime content on Facebook and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Drop us a comment. Let us know what you think of Hell's Paradise and this episode. Feedback is always welcome. And have a good one.
Later, guys.